I'm thinking, a book? I have no plans to do a book whatsoever because I couldn't see a book in it. So, again, I nearly dismissed it, but something said to me, reply. So I did reply. And that was the beginning of a 2-year journey to create the Clandestine Cake Club cookbook. And I actually went down to meet them, and they are now my agents now, they are literally agents. And they are also have connections with a lot of the big brands, they have connections with the Great British Bake Off, etc., etc. They're quite well qualified to deal with this sort of thing, and they've been very supportive. And the story of getting to the book, I know that we say that I never intended on doing a book or anything because I had no way of going about it. And this is where I say I'm very lucky to give this option. But we had to put some sort of synopsis together as to how to do this book. So that took a while. And when we put some pictures together and some ideas together, the agent then put that to lots of publishers. But the feedback that came back was basically, and I can see the words now from my agent saying, I am not famous enough. And I can understand, and was it you that mentioned earlier about building the following? Because, yeah. And that was the key really. And I understood that straight away, because if you can understand what the publishers are wanting, if they're going to create a book, they have to see who's going to buy it. And they have to see what your followers are and where it's going to go. I've not been in, apart from the Times, I've not been in any major media at all. So I mentioned this to another group that I was talking to, and I sort of thought of, well, that is like a red rag to a bull when someone says something like that. And I thought, well, you want famous, I will give you famous. So from then on, every email that came to me that says, I want to do a feature about you, you can have it. I would then email that information to the agents and I would say, right, I'm going to be in this. And then suddenly the TV started, and I entered a competition for Eric Landlard's Baking Mad, and that was in 2011. And I wrote a piece on the blog to try and get lots of members involved. So I went for an audition, and we did the filming in December. We had to pay all our way there, and I won. It was like a competition between 2 bakers. And the one who won in that day got a masterclass with Eric in the afternoon. And I did that, and I stayed overnight. I couldn't sleep, so I hadn't slept for 48 hours to do this thing. But I had an amazing time, and I won this bit of filming with Eric Landlard, and that was due to be aired the following March. This was the beginning of another peak. So I'd already gone up early in the year and come down, and now we're beginning to go up again.